Yeah, welcome back to the channel, you guys. Welcome back to Ironclad RC. I got the 120 Atlas Vans build back on the block. This is a build series I've been working on. This boat was designed by Dr. Jet. It's an all-wood kit with all the electronics and hardware included. Okay, it's freaking awesome. I'm in love with this little thing. In the last video, we installed this 4-piece wire drive into the boat. All right, the wire's actually exposed. Okay. It's not fully seated in the stuffing tube, so I'm interested to see how it performs. It's freaking awesome. It's freaking awesome. A 4-piece wire drive. And that wire drive, you could probably build that wire drive with some materials, you know, you could find online or at your local hobby shop, possibly. 3 or 4 stainless steel with a capillary tube and a little stub shaft. It's freaking cool. Today we're going to work on the rudder and servo linkage, all right, the steering linkage. I've already epoxied this brass stuffing tube in the boat here when I epoxied my stuffing tube for the wire drive, so that's ready to go. We've just got to basically cut this wire to size. All right, I've got a piece of steel wire in there, just kind of a dry fit, and it's not, see that? It's not stiff enough, okay? So basically, we're gonna finalize everything, okay? Cut it to size and Loctite it all into place, okay? So stick around, stick around. Don't blink, Big B here with Ironclad RC. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the little bell. Got the deck plates on just to illustrate how important it is when you're finishing up your stuffing tubes, your through holes on this boat. All right, once you get everything installed on this boat, the skins on the top side, you only have this little opening to get to everything. Okay, so we've got to make sure when we're setting up our through holes and water cooling, if you're running a bigger boat, that you do it right the first time, because once you put these skins on, you're only going to have limited amount of space to get into your boat. Okay, so this stuff has to be done right, and it has to be done right the first time. Okay, this is my hatch here. I actually use some surfacing veil, which is a fiberglass like cloth, thin fiberglass cloth for my hatch to kind of reinforce this hatch plate right here. Okay, the cockpit, I guess. It comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces basically. You just epoxy them all together. You use these 2 blocks right here, which is where the headers will be sticking out of the boat. It comes with this tube right here for the headers, and you basically line everything up with these 2 pieces of wood. All right. Pretty cool the way that's all designed. I decided to use the aft or the forward hatch and the aft hatch up forward. I guess the plans are drawn up to use this larger piece in the back of the boat and the smaller piece up front. Now, if I use the smaller piece up front, I would have more room to get to my receiver and all that. Okay, I'd have a little bit more room. But this motor, it basically just drops in. Okay, the way this motor mount's designed, it just drops in. I want to be able to get to the aft of my boat, the transom of the boat, if I need to. Okay, so I decided to use this short piece in the back, like so. All right, that'll give me a little bit closer to the doubler, my nut plates, if something comes loose later on, or if I decide to run water cooling, I'll have a little more room to get to it than I would with this big piece on there. That's my thinking. That's why I did it. You don't have to do it. That's just me. Like I said, I don't build boats to exact spec. I build them the way I want to build them. Change something up here, it's going to change something up down the road. Okay, it might mess you up. I've already thought about it. I've got a winglet that goes back here, and this should be fine. Thinking about building the U7, and I'm also still thinking about building the Atlas Vans. I haven't made my mind up. I'm like a woman. I can't make my mind up. All right. I actually just went out to the mailbox and checked the mail real quick. I know I hadn't even talked about the steering yet. But Norcal, I'll put the link in the description to his YouTube channel. Pretty cool guy. He's really cool. I watch all of his videos. Norcal. Appreciate it, man. He sent me a little goodie box right here. I'm gonna open it up for you guys. If you guys have anything you'd like to send to the channel for me to open up and show everybody a product, something you're not using, boat related, send it to the channel. Send it to me. My email's in the description. I'll be glad to unpackage it and give you guys a shout out on the channel. Check out Norcal. He just got a brand new Sonic Wake. He just got a Creighton EXB roller that he got going. He's got a Wraith that he runs all the time. A heavily modified axle Wraith, but he's got a bunch of boats. He got a Blackjack 29, or is it a Geico? I think it's a Blackjack. But he sent me this freaking outboard motor, this old vintage Nitro outboard. It's belt driven. Look at this, you guys. Check this out. Isn't that freaking awesome? He's not sure if the motor's running or if it can be running, but if I can't get it running, I hadn't messed with Nitro in a long time. In a long time, you guys. I got a bunch of Cox Nitro airplane engines and a couple of Nova Rossi's engines laying around here. But if I can't get this thing running, I'm going to make a video about trying to get it running. You guys will probably laugh your ass off. If I can't get it running, I'm going to make it brushless. Alright, I'm going to make a brushless conversion. But this thing is freaking cool. It's got the mounting bracket. Alright, got the servo mounts, ball joints here. Isn't that cool, y'all? Isn't that cool? Your throttle linkage, just like a real outboard motor, you guys. Man, this thing is bad to the bone. Now, I hate to modify it. I hate to do a conversion on it. I would like to get it running because I want to eventually build a Zip Kits tunnel hole. Okay, my buddy Vinny has a tunnel hole, Zip Kits tunnel hole, and it looked awesome, and I'm really very interested in it. But this would be cool for it, you know. If I can't get it going, I'm going to do a brushless conversion. And I don't think it would be that hard. We could make a little water-cooled motor mount for it. Have the motor sitting sideways like this with a belt and everything. Possibly. This thing's freaking cool. Norcal. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you, man. This thing is freaking awesome. How about this? We'll just like mount it right on the back of this bad boy, huh? Oh yeah, look like one of them little cedar strip boats. These boys running the rivers around me. Little cedar strip boat with a 70 horsepower Yamaha on it. Yeah, this thing's freaking awesome. Look at that. It's big. It's pretty big. I'm gonna find something to put it on. You know, I'm gonna maybe get something on eBay if I don't decide to build the tunnel hole. I'm gonna build something or buy an old vintage boat to put this bad boy on. Nitro or brushless. Thank you, Norcal. If you guys hadn't checked him out, you probably have seen his videos on YouTube, man. He's all over the place. He's been in the game for about 15 years, you guys. He's awesome. I want to send him subscribers. You guys go check him out. Show him some love. But Norcal, appreciate it, brother. So sorry guys. Now let's get to sorry guys, I was excited. I got that package in the mail, man. I had to open it. I couldn't wait no more. Now let's get to the steering linkage through hole. Okay, let's get to it. Alright, so I got my servo and the servo mount. I got the servo arm and what I call an easy connector with the grub screw. You just run your wire through there. The grub screw clamps down on it, okay? Got the through hole already installed. Like I said, I've got the easy connector on the rudder right here. Same deal. Grub screw captures the wire. Alright. We've got to bend this stainless steel wire, alright, to match this steel wire. Okay, before I do that, I want to try both of these stainless steel tubes in the stuffing tube. Alright, I tried it with the longer tube with the metal wire, which is a little bit more flimsy than the stainless steel, and it was binding up. Alright, so I actually want to, it's a little bit long, okay? I want to try this one in it. It's just a little shorter than the brass tube, but I think it's not going to bind up, and we'll have a little bit of wire. The wire is actually going to stick out of this through hole rather than the capillary tube sticking out the through hole. Okay, the reason I want the wire to stick out the through hole so it'll actually have a little bit more area to bend, okay, when the rudder turns back and forth. I'm gonna go ahead and run this through my through hole. Alright, that's my wire. Now let's put this capillary tube, this tube on the wire, okay? and it's housed in the through hole. All right, I'm gonna get it hooked up to the rudder real quick. Keep in mind now that a hydroplane is not designed to turn left and right. They're designed to turn right. Okay, RC hydroplanes are designed to turn right. Hence the right turn fin on the right hand side on the sponson. It's designed to make a hard right turn. I mean, full throttle, balls to a wall, right turns. Racing. It's a race boat. One-to-one hydroplanes are designed to turn left. It's basically designed to turn with the rotation of the propeller. Okay. So we're looking for a nice right hand turn. Okay, not so much a left turn. We need left rudder, all right, to dodge and weave and in and out of obstacles, you know, whatever. We need to be able to steer the boat, but it needs to be able to turn hard right. Okay, so we need to make sure we got a hard right hand turn. So that looks good. That's about as much turn as you need. Okay, we got some left, but it's mostly right. All right, and once we get the stainless steel rod hooked up to this rudder, it's probably going to push it harder to the left than that right there. All right, we got some binding, we got some flex right there. You see the servo flexing, the rod flexing there, and we'll get a little bit more left turn once we get everything worked out with the stainless steel rod. I'm going to actually try the longer tube in the through hole. Okay, I want to see which one performs the best. Okay, got the long rod in. Okay, you see right here, and it's flush with the back of the through hole right there. You see that? All right, this one right here might actually do the trick, because that extra tube up here is going to stiffen the wire up for us, so it's not such a long bare run. All right, so let's check it out. Let's see if we have a better left turn, right and left. So we got right, all right, right and left. Okay, so I'm actually going to pull this tube farther up. See that? I've got it pulled farther up on the main wire. Let's see how well that does. Oh wow, yeah, look at that. It's night and day. So that strengthening up that tube right there, strengthening up this run of bare wire so that it will throw that left hand turn. All right, and with it pushed farther forward on that run of wire, it gives me more bare wire in the back for that bend when the rudder turns to the left. See that? See how it's bending? So I'm actually going to cut this stuffing tube back and leave a couple like a millimeter or two hanging off the transom right here. All right, I'm going to cut it back. That'll give me a little bit more wire showing, so I can get that bend for the throw of the rudder. So we're going to use the long one. Okay, we're going to use the long one, and that's why I dry fit stuff, you know, not just for this boat, for all boats. Dry fit it and try a couple different configurations, because you never know. You never know. It might be better one way and you think it's better another way. So it's always good to try different configurations, different setups. Okay, so that's basically why we have this tube here, and that's to strengthen up the wire, which I knew that. And you know, sometimes things just kind of slip past me. I got a lot of stuff on my mind, so that's the way we're going to set it up. Let me grab a marker, and I'm going to mark where we're going to end that wire. All right, so when I make my bends on this stainless steel wire, I'm going to run this stainless steel tube all the way up. It's about right where it's at now. I I may actually, let's try this. Let's try this out. So if I run this bend a little bit farther back, all right, because it looks like it was wanting to hit this bulkhead right here. So I may need to run my bend a little farther back, run this stainless steel tube all the way up to that bend right there. Okay, run that stainless steel tube all the way up to this bend, like so. Run my bend behind my bulkhead so it doesn't interfere with my right hand turns. Okay, so let's see how that looks with the whole wire moved back, my bend moved back. So a good right turn, left turn, good right turn, and the left turn still good. But with it run in this configuration right here, all right, so watch how this run of wire right here is wanting to flex. Okay, watch this. See it wanting to flex, that long run of wire right here. Okay, so we could possibly put that little short piece of stainless steel right here to strengthen up that little run of wire. You got me? So basically have a capillary tube here and on this long run to the rudder. You feel me? So I think that's what we might do, because I don't think I need this tube for anything else. I would like to keep it because it would come in handy for something. Keep it for something, but I'd rather use it for this boat build right there, you know. Let's try it, move forward just to see how well, like maybe in between where we just had it and the previous test. So this is a cool setup for smaller boats. It's like intricate. It's very complex. It's cool. I like it. Try it out here. All right. Ooh, that's where I'm gonna run it. Ooh, that's better. That's better. Yeah, that's better right there. All right, that cuts the distance down on this forward wire. All right, so let's go ahead and put it together with the stainless steel wire. We got enough testing in. I feel confident that I know about where I'm going to put it at. All right, I hope you guys can see this. It's kind of hard to video. So I'm going to put this on my stainless steel wire right here. I've got it cut to length exactly where I want it. Butt it up end to end. All right, and then I'm going to mark it on my stainless steel wire right here. Okay, so now we're going to take that mark from bend to bend. I'm going to mark it again. Okay, the nice thing about this bend, you can like square it up a little bit more and get more angle on it or less angle. All right, and to match up with your servo. So I'm going to go from this bend to the end. All right, leave a little extra because I am human. We are human. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and cut. Let's go ahead and cut it. It's the part I always hate, cutting, just because I'm freaking human. All right, there goes the wire. Okay, so we've got our two bend marks here. Let's make sure, let's double check it. It looks like it's on point there. It looks like it's on point there. All right, so let's make our bend right in the middle of that mark. Okay, you guys probably can't see it, but it is there. All right, right in the middle. Let's match it up. Okay, a little bit more. A little bit more. All right, that's that angle. Okay. All right, well, let's bend this guy here. You want to make sure we're bending it in line with the last bend. Okay, so I'm going to bend it up. All right, boom. Okay, let's see if it matches. So this one needs to be bent a little bit more. Oh. Alright, that looks pretty good. Okay, so then let's take this capillary tube off. In my last video with the with the freaking the wire drive, I could not think of the name for this tube. It's a capillary tube. Alright, so we're going to put this on the stainless steel wire. I've got the ends like rounded, sanded, so it's smooth operation inside that through hole. Okay, and remember, it butted up, it worked best butted up nice to this bend right here. Okay, so I'm actually going to take and cut me a little short run of this, the rest of this capillary tube, to fit the servo arm onto. Alright, so let's get the marker here, let's cut it to length. Alright, boom. That capillary tube, I can't cut it with a wire cutter, so we're going to use the Dremel. Now that I've cut that, it's going to have burred edges, and I take a piece of this steel wire, okay, and I rough it up back and forth on a piece of rough sandpaper. 40 grit's the best, but basically making a file. Showed you guys this in the last video. Now we can run it through this capillary tube and basically file the inside out, okay, with this homemade needle file. Alright, like so, so that it fits the wire. Alright, deburr it. Boom. So this stainless steel wire, it's got some steel in it. You see that? So it shouldn't break like I thought it would, you know, in the previous video. It's got some steel in it. Alright, these are the magnets I'm going to use for my hatch. These little needle blue magnets. I'm going to put those on my hatch. Alright. Okay, so we need to sand this wire down a little bit. I've had to do this for the whole wire drive and the steering setup. Sand it all down to fit. Nothing fit perfect, which is fine with me. It gives me something to do. It makes you feel like, oh, that's good. Oh, that's real good. How many of you guys have done that? Tell me how many of you guys have done that. Damn, that thing went in my finger about a 1/4 inch. Oh, there we go. Alright. So now we're going to Loctite everything into place. Okay. I'm going to run it just like that. Boom. Alright. I don't think I'm going to go through that whole, you know, like I did with the wire drive. I actually sanded out the inside of these capillary tubes, roughed up the wire and everything. I don't think I'm going to need it for the steering. There's not quite as much torque or pressure going to be on this. And we've got a lot of surface area in here, so it should hold on pretty good. Okay. Just make sure we got Loctite coated all in this, on the inside of this capillary tube. Alright, now let's do the main part. Already starting to grab. Alright, that's her. That's her. Okay, so we got a little bit of flex right there, and that's fine. That's fine. Alright, so let's put a little bit of oil on here before we install it, so it don't stick to the damn through hole. Alright. I'm going to leave the through hole a little bit long on the transom just for the time being until I get done painting the boat. Alright, I'll install this into the through hole. Okay, boom. Alright, put my servo in. Oh man, let's make sure that capillary tube will go in there. Hopefully it does, and it does. Good deal. I didn't even think about that. Alright, let's get the servo arm on. Alright, there. And tighten it up. Okay, so that looks good. Right there. In line with the boat. Okay, get this guy here tightened down. And let's give it a little test here. See if we got any flex. Nice. Very nice. We got a left turn and our right turn. Boom. Alright. So if you want more throw on your rudder, okay, you can actually drill another hole closer to the rudder blade. You can drill a hole like right here, and that'll give you more throw. You got me? Alright, so we'll fine tune that later on. But that's good for me. That looks good for me. I'm happy. I'm happy. Boom. Nice. Nice. Definitely going to shorten up this through hole tube after I'm done painting the boat. But that looks good, man. That looks good. That's super, super, super tidy, you know? See how I got the capillary tube on there? Probably shouldn't have cut it so long. Maybe cut it off like right where my fingernail is, right here. Okay? And cut this guy here off about right there. Make it easier to pull in and out of the boat. But that's it, you guys. I know it's kind of a long video, and for just the servo setup, I had a couple other things I wanted to show you as well. But thank you guys for watching. I'll let you guys go. Thank you for watching. Big B with Ironclad RC. The next step in the build is putting the skins on. Alright, putting the skins on. I'll let you guys go. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Ring the bell. Ring the little bell.